surprised to hear this information about these charges that were dropped. There was no plea deal here. They were just dropped, and you seemed quite surprised at that. If he hadn't been here, would you have ever known about this? I mean, when do you find out how how people are charged with a felony, and then they're just dropped back into the system?
It's more than charged with a felony. These people who were bound over to the grand jury for presentation for indictment. So there was a finding by the magistrate court of probable cause to find that they needed to be considered by the grand jury, and according to the sheriff, that number was how many cases? 43 felonies were standing by to be presented to the grand jury, and apparently 3 terms of court passed by and they were all dismissed for failure to prosecute. Is that correct? You're nodding yes? Yes, okay.
And you just found out about this just now?
I just, today.
So where is the level of bureaucracy that follows these things? I mean,
well,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Ask the prosecuting attorney what happened.
Who does that?
The prosecute. You should ask.
I have an axe to grind this, so I'm on. So.
What forum?
Yeah, isn't
well, you
this
could
the
ask her
forum?
right here in this forum.
Yeah, isn't this the forum where the citizens have an opportunity to ask questions?
Well, it's come right out, and we're talking about it now, aren't we?
I think it could be concerns whether the Pocahontas County Commission has jurisdiction over her office in that way as an elected official. We have budgetary and financial jurisdiction over the funding of her office. But as another elected official, I don't know that we have more than that. I don't think we do have more than that.
No, we don't.
So how do I get the answer?
Ask her.
Well, that doesn't, quite frankly, that doesn't seem like much of a solution.
Can't you?
Somebody must know that this has happened. I mean, our county commissioners find out about it days later or weeks.
Time?
When did it happen?
Is that the case that a number of felonies were dismissed for lack of presentation to the grand jury?
Yes, that's one of the clerk's responsibilities, is checking those cases.
And how many were there?
So often. You said there were 43. It's close to that. I'm not sure the exact total on it, but there were a bunch, and that happens. It happened
right after the election.
Well, this has happened before also. I mean, it's happened 6 months ago. I mean, we do this every so often to check those cases, and if they've went through 3 terms of grand jury and have been presented, then
they're dismissed.
Yeah, because the
right to a speedy trial.
Even a defense attorney cannot, there's no way to defend them. I mean, because they've been through 3 terms of court, and it's in the code that way. So.
Okay. So if a member of the public has a question, you should go to the office of the prosecuting attorney and ask why, in the period of a year, which would be 3 terms of court, a matter which was bound over for presentation to the grand jury was never presented to the number of.
And then when this citizen went forward to do that and got an answer that he wasn't satisfied with,
that's why we have the press.
What does he do?
You
pound?
Well, you can talk to the press.
I don't recall voting for Pamela Crittenden.
She's the press.
I didn't vote for her.
You don't have to vote for her.
I buy her paper, but
well,
I recall voting for you.
Yeah, but I don't have any control over the court. I'm a county commissioner.
Makes it kind of bad on law enforcement when they're out there trying to do their jobs and then these cases get dismissed.
Well, that's an extraordinary large number. That's why we all took a moment of shock.
It's a large amount of county money that goes through the processes too, because they have to take them to the jails and they're back and forth and their bonds being revoked and everything's happening.
Well, you also heard that the Community Corrections no longer has those people in their program, so we've lost the ability to deal with those people as well.
Okay. Joel, I think that's your answer.
I don't know if I got an answer or not. I mean, what happens now? My
Well,
question.
you had an election a little bit ago.
Well, when
and
did
you
these
all
things
voted
occur?
as you voted, and there you have it.
When did these cases get dropped? Before the election or after?
They've
the
been
election?
being dropped.
Pardon?
As part of the clerk's responsibilities, we go through those cases every so often and they're dropped.
Well,
Not
this
going
last
process.
bunch, did it happen after the election or before the election?
Happened right before.
It's doubtful that it was common knowledge.
It wasn't released to the press or anything until after, and no fault of ours, we just didn't get the order back in time, but,
Okay, well, that's the 11:15 item. Go ahead and move on. 11:30.